So I think that we are at a point and approaching a point where we can start to predict where we're going to finish. Because look, I know where Liverpool have strengthened. I definitely know where Arsenal have strengthened. They've got another centre-back today. They've got a backup goalkeeper. They've got 2 midfielders. They've got a winger. They've got a striker. And they're still looking at Eze. That's to a team that sold nobody yet. So Arsenal are incredibly strong. Incredibly strong. I would say Man United at the moment can't get top 6. Where it is at the moment, we can't get top 6. I would be putting Newcastle, Spurs and the traditional top 4 ahead of us at the moment. So the highest I would say for United right now is 7th, and that's assuming we're a lot better than we were last year, that we're better than Fulham, Brighton, Bournemouth, Villa. I think the highest we can finish at the moment is 7th. Tell me I'm wrong. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. But logically, based on what people are doing in the window, how good they were last year, how bad we were and what we've done, I think 7th is the highest we can get. And I'm not saying 7th. Definitely don't say I'm saying 7th. I'm just saying right here, right now, 7th is the highest I would put us. Ross Stevens says, has Sir Jim put any of his own billions into Nice? If he hasn't, I doubt he would if he owned all of United. I don't know the answer to that question, Ross. Is it wrong I'm more excited at the prospect of you getting a friction burn on your arse than I am for the rest of the window? Champers, says Mr. Creed. Yeah, I will be going down the slide now. We've hit the target. It's flashed up for me. So well done. We have hit that target. So I will make sure this week, like my lunchtime stream, if you didn't see it, I'm out where the slide is and I will do that for you. It will be quite funny because it's a bit of a distance, so it's going to look a bit odd in the background, but we will do that. We can't buy, we can't sell, Power's in charge, can't run the club, and are just business people out to make a profit in any way they can, says Adrian. Well, I think one thing that people are missing, because I'm not really interested in client journalists, and I'm not really interested in aggregators on X who've lived up the arse of the Glazers for years and talk, basically PR bullshit. I'm not interested in them because I don't trust them. I think they've got an ulterior motive because they've got relationships with people at the club. But I am interested in Ruben Amorim. And I said this to you last week, and I don't know who else agrees with me on this, but he was almost our champion last year because although the results were bad, he spoke the most sense like Rangnick did before him. I can't wait for Amorim's first interview. I don't know when his first interview is. I presume it's this week at some point. But I'm really looking forward to that because I want to know what his tone is. Because obviously in Ten Hag's second season, he completely changed. I don't think it's negative to sit here and say we're having one of the worst transfer windows in the Premier League at the moment and multiple teams are having a better one than us and multiple teams were already better than us. So my question to Ruben Amorim would be this. You finished 15th last year. In relation to transfers, you're in the bottom half again compared to everybody else and what they've done this summer. How can you be happy with that situation? That's it. The best questions are open-ended, succinct, and can't be dodged. So I would go, you finished 15th in the Premier League last year. The summer transfer window, when you look at everyone else's business, you're in the bottom half again. How can you be positive about next season based on that? And see what he says. Because I would expect him to say something really interesting, like he did last year. If he said what I was told last week, remember we got some stuff from the training ground and it was Amorim's really positive. Don't be surprised in his first interview if he says, I'm not worried about getting players in for pre-season because we're going to get loads of pre-season during the season because we're not in Europe. Let's see if he drops that out because I was told he'll drop that out. So let's see if he does. And if he does drop that out, I would then take a sharp intake of breath and go, has he swallowed the Glazer handbook in season 2 like Ten Hag? But that's what I'm looking forward to because there's no doubt in my mind that this is a very concerning situation. I'm not convinced it can be rescued. But the only person I'm interested in listening to at the moment is Ruben Amorim to get his interpretation of the situation, because when you think about it, was it not Ruben Amorim who in March said this is the worst Manchester United Premier League side ever? Yes, it was, Mark. You're right. Yes, I know. That's why I said it. He said that this is the worst Man United Premier League side ever. And he's right. And some people in the media thought he was wrong to say that. I think it was brilliant that he said that because it was true. But the incredible thing is, he said this is the worst Premier League Manchester United side ever. And here he is at the start of another Premier League season with that side. Like no one's gone. Only Cunha's come in. So the manager himself, and that's another question I'd ask him. You said last season this is the worst Premier League side ever. And now you are still working with that team. Are you really telling us that that team from last year is suddenly going to be one of the best Premier League sides ever because you've had a few weeks with them on holiday in America?